Breaking up is hard to do. And
Man.
our producers came up with this idea for the show today. And at first, I think we were all asking ourselves, okay, how are we going to talk about this for an entire hour? But shocking as we went through this topic, how much of an effect relationships have on our health. And we're talking physical health, not just mental health. Physically,
You literally can get sick.
Because you're on a high and then it's a withdrawal. So you're really going through a physical withdrawal.
The problem with breakups is that it's like your whole future is invested in the person. So you start to imagine the trips you're going on next month, and then, you know, this and this and this. You get this heartache, you almost get anxiety, your heart races. So it exists.
do people have any idea why you're feeling physical pain when you break up? Because you feel it, right? You feel it in the pit of your stomach. There's a reason for that. In fact, there's a reason why you are more likely to get sick during a breakup. There's a reason you're more likely to have a headache when you break up with someone. So let's go through some of these stages of breaking up or being broken up with, because the first emotion is a profound, profound sense of loss. And what's really hard sometimes is after a breakup, that sense of loss is almost tougher because they're still there. They're out there somewhere. So your body, your adrenal glands are releasing epinephrine and cortisol. And that doesn't stop for quite some time. While this is occurring, anytime you look at a picture of them, your thought processes go right back to that place. And what happens is these areas of your brain associated with physical pain are activated. But not only that, that dopaminergic reward center that you're so used to getting engaged in, you no longer can fill that with this loved one. In fact, you may look at a picture of them and long for them so much that you have to turn to other activities because love, like I said, it's like an addiction. In some extreme cases, people will turn to drugs. In others, they'll maybe drink too much wine, eat too much chocolate. When this happens, of course, you're going to go through the phase of constantly reminding yourself. You might even stalk someone because you're craving it so desperately because this area, the sensory areas of your brain are activated, so you're feeling physical pain. The only way to make that physical pain go away is to try to see that person. You'll do almost anything. But of course, when this is occurring, all of these chemicals are released that cause your immune system to function at a lower level, more likely to get sick. That cortisol can affect your heart. You can actually have something called broken heart syndrome. People have died from a broken heart because of the stress placed on your heart after a major breakup. Again, I mentioned the cortisol levels that increase can cause breakouts in your skin. You can cause hair loss. So we all get the picture. These physical manifestations are very real. But here's the good news. Time heals so many things. Over time, your prefrontal cortex activates, and your frontal cortex says, you know what? I'm finally over it, and you feel happy again. Mm-hmm. It's a process. And that process is what so many people have gone through. And you can't deny yourself those stages. You're gonna feel the pit in your stomach. But by knowing that you will get through it, you can hopefully avoid that phase where you try to replace one addictive behavior, which is maybe stalking, with bad things like we've heard of people falling into drug addiction because of a breakup.
The stalking part's bad for your health because her new boyfriend will find out about it, and then that hurts.
I think you stalk, then they're now stalking their Facebook page and just going on.
Oh,
and
that's
on
true.
and on.
There's
It's
internet
just,
stalking.
So I tell everyone, cut it off. Don't follow them. Don't tweet. Don't follow their tweets. Don't follow them on Facebook. Defriend them because you have to purge like the Egyptians did. Remember when a ruler left?
What did they do?
They took down all the pictures. They acted like the person never existed. That's what
Really?
you kind of have to do those first few weeks to get over that.
So what you're saying, Rachel, is that given time, if you want to stay somebody's friend, maybe you need to first let some time pass.
Absolutely. You cannot be someone's friend that you were madly in love with last week. You're just going to hurt yourself, and that's how you end up spiraling out of control.
That
You gotta
takes
give,
time.
Yeah. You got to give it time before you're friends.